Hello, Joshua.
Hello, Tanner.
And welcome.
To what?
This is Experience Share. It's a Pokemon podcast starring me, Tynamo.
Tynamo. Kind of a little cutie.
What a silly little sucker that guy is.
That line gets pretty freaky from there.
I honestly didn't even look up what the Tynamo line turns into.
Well, you're going to find out.
Yeah, I am going to find out because I'm Googling it right now.
One of them might be... I'm not going to say.
Ugh, yuck.
Goes all Ely.
Ugh, yuck. Look at the little suckers.
Yeah.
Yuck. AKA Tanner Greenring, and I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Joltik. AKA...
That is also a cutie. They're like weird, slimy cuties.
Yeah, Joltik was kind of a cutie. Does Joltik turn into anything cool? It seemed like he would.
Galvantula.
Oh, that's the web we encountered.
The electro web is its signature move.
Also kind of a cutie. Galvantula.
Yeah.
AKA Joshua Fielstead. We play through each of the Pokemon games, gym by gym, week by week. We are currently playing through Pokemon White and Black. And we are on, what is this, Gym 7 already? 6. 7?
6.
That would have been ridiculous if it was already Gym 7, because there's only 8 dang gyms in this dang game.
I know, and we're recording in a vacuum, so it doesn't feel like time passes. It feels a lot more grandiose when we get the response from the fans,
right.
The bug catchers.
Just to place you in place and time, bug catchers, it is April 2026 right now for Josh and I. We're in the distant future. We recorded that far ahead, and we sent this one back to the past for you.
Yeah.
We ended our journey last week, Joshua, in Driftvale City.
That's right.
At Driftvale Gym, taking on some clown.
Oh.
Clyde. The cowboy. The cowpoke businessman.
Clay. It's Clay.
Clay?
Clyde is the gym assistant.
Oh, the guy who always gives you fresh water?
Clay was the cowboy gym leader.
Oh, okay.
Clyde gives the refreshments.
I like this week's gym, you go up to Clyde and all the pretense is gone. He's just like, here's a fresh water. It's like, oh, okay. We're done with the preamble around that. You're just giving them out.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get to the gym.
I feel like it's when you get like like your company gives you like a holiday gift or whatever. And it's like, how about a coffee maker? Or like, how about some like American Express gift card? And it's like, how about you just give me some money and like just put it under the direct deposit, man?
Yeah, just
like,
direct
I don't need a
deposit
fresh
money.
water. Just give me the 100 fucking bucks.
Although I do like it when I go to
Let me figure it out.
I do like it when I go to the barber and they're like, do you want a beer? And I'm like, yes. I would love a beer.
That's a good deal. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Driftvale City. We head out of town. We head west, young man. Northwest, Route 6.
Yeah.
It's a route. I don't know.
You take a stroll over a little bridge, and then it's mostly just grass and just a strange assortment of trainers, because it's parasol ladies, it's rangers, which makes sense because it starts getting a little rainy. And then there's scientists, because there is a season research lab.
Oh, yeah.
Midway on this route.
Did you do this?
I did it once.
I didn't do it because deerlings are not objects, and my character only collects found objects.
Oh, right. So you can't do it.
What does it entail?
All you have to do is you capture a deerling, and then their appearance changes every season. Mm-hmm. And they want you to...
I just swallowed my beer.
The sawbuck that it evolves into is quite fetching, by the way.
This session, for me at least, started with a season change. When I left Driftvale City, the season shifted over to spring, and it put up a big title card that was like, spring!
Yes, I'm in spring now as well. So I missed the winter chance.
Yeah.
Which looks really glamorous once it evolves into Sawsbuck.
Sawsbuck, you're saying?
Yeah.
You know, they do a good job.
Deerling evolves into Sawsbuck.
Well, I was about to say they do a good job with the wild animal Pokemon in this game. Oh, wow. Ooh,
yeah, we just got a
doggy.
Pokédex upgrade that will keep track of all the different forms of Pokemon too.
Look at this guy.
Isn't it fetching?
Sawsbuck, especially that spring form with the little cherry blossoms on his antlers.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Look at that winter form.
I like winter form. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
He could get it. Ooh.
gorgeous little Pokemon here, Sawsbuck.
Those beautiful hooves.
I was going to say they were good at doing the wild Pokemon in these games, but then I remembered Stantler, and I was like, oh, never mind. That thing was fucking hideous.
Stantler gets a redemption once Pokemon Legends comes out, because the Hisuian form is very cool.
Is
its
it?
evolution. Yeah.
It doesn't have like a big ball nose.
It's got some ball stuff happening.
I don't like the ball stuff. That was my main issue.
Weirdeer is what it evolves into.
Oh, it has a new evolution?
Yeah, and it is finally psychic, because it should have been the whole time.
No, it's still ugly. Sorry, you're wrong. I just Googled it. Looks like shit. It's still got a ball nose.
I got a little, like, Princess Mononoke vibes with
yeah, I guess a little bit. I just wish they had it didn't have that ugly ball nose.
Yeah, cool.
Oh,
yes.
right.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I am cool. Thank you.
But anyway, you are cool, Tanner. Yeah. Okay.
What were you saying?
I'll give you that. They're researching how the seasons affect Deerling, and if you bring in Deerling for each season, you get a Leaf Stone.
So I don't need a Leaf Stone. That's so much work.
I mean, it's passive though. Like you
have to run out
only
the
have to
clock.
catch one Deerling.
But you have to wait for the seasons to change.
Well, clearly,
how often do the seasons change? Do we know?
Well, I don't know, but obviously it triggered for both of us when we left Driftvale that it became spring. It must be like hours played or something.
Here's Cerebi. Unlike the day-night cycle, the season cycle is not completely based upon and dependent on the real-world seasonal cycle. Right. Instead, each season lasts a month.
In real time?
This cycle allows for all 4 seasons to be done within 4 months. Following which, the cycle gets repeated. So you're going to have to wait 4 months to complete this mission for a fucking Leaf Stone.
I don't need one anyway, but I think it's not, you don't have to go out of your way. Like, the seasons are going to change anyway.
Oh, and
so
look
it's
at
not
this.
like that hard.
So the reason it was spring is because spring is assigned to January, May, and September. And we both walked out into the start of the seasonal cycle in September.
Well, I only got 15 days to show him my Deerling.
Get in there, kid. Get in
God.
there. Show them that Deerling. You're going to miss out on a Leaf Stone. Do you even have a Pokemon that evolves with a Leaf Stone?
No, and I won't, because I don't really see any chance that Lilligant Elaine won't end up being in my final team. So that's my grass. I don't need anything else.
Yeah, I think Whimsy Scott is not on my team this week, but it was just because I didn't need a grass type this week, and I needed some other Mon to come in and help out. But I feel good about Whimsy Scott, and I think she's going to end up probably on the final team.
I didn't like that.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
I don't like that thing.
Here's the thing about Whimsy Scott, and this is like our
Whimsy God is good.
This is like RP versus like PvP, you know?
No. What?
That's Warhammer. That's what World Warhammer.
Oh, I forgot that
terminology.
you're a Warhammer head now.
I'm not. I haven't played Warhammer in 15 years.
I thought that you were getting back into it now that you were in Connecticut and there's some place by you that was selling a bunch of Warhammer shit.
Sorry. World of Warcraft.
Oh.
Did I say Warhammer?
Yeah.
I am into Warhammer.
Right.
No, World of Warcraft, you can join RP servers, which is role-playing.
Okay.
Or PvP servers or PvE servers.
I know PvP. I did not know the other two.
I get a lot of heat, mostly from David Sims.
Sure.
When I go too hard on role-playing. But looking at Whimsy Scott, that's not an object anymore. You know? That's a guy.
That's a really good point.
So I might have to box it just on a technicality, and this is me being role-playing Mr. Keepsies.
Well, Mr. Keepsies has relatively high standards.
I got these fresh new Pokemon who are all literal objects, no arguments. So I don't know if
think
Whimsy
it's looking
Scott
pretty objectful, yeah.
I don't know if Whimsy Scott is gonna come back, but we'll see. Can I talk about something I saw on Route 6?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I guess I should probably give a little bit of a disclaimer.
Always scared when you say that.
This week's episode is pretty barfy.
Yeah, I could see that.
I did so much barfing this week. There are so many cross Pokemon on this lake.
Dude, just got your stomach pumped at that point.
Oh, I know. It was disgusting. I didn't know there was anything left inside of me. It was just like that green bile,
Oh, yeah.
Route 6, there was a young lady named Parasol Lady Tihana, who had a gross little Pokemon called Frillish, who made me barf.
Yeah. Yeah.
Frillish is gross. It's like a mix between a balloon and a jellyfish.
Yep.
It's water ghost, which is confusing. Because, like, what does that mean? Are you a ghost?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's like a sea spirit.
Oh, a water spirit.
Yeah, like somebody died and then they became this thing.
Here, I'm on its page.
Oh, God. It's black, Pokedex entry. With its thin veil-like arms wrapped around the body of its opponent, it sinks to the ocean floor.
Hachi Machi. Be a hell of a way to go.
Yeah, it's dragging people to their watery graves.
It's based on Japanese mythology.
Sounds right.
Nurayon, a jellyfish yokai.
Oh, yeah, it is a yokai. Okay.
A demonized jellyfish or jellyfish-like man who wears refined, sometimes regal clothing. Ah, beautiful. Sounds like me. I think this thing's gross. It's a vacant little smile.
Yeah, and yokai, we've covered them before, but for new bug catchers, it's Japanese folklore, and they're spirits, and they are usually kind of like
mischievous,
neutral to evil. Yeah, I would say.
Or
maybe
mischievous.
Chaotic, neutral, yeah.
I was reading about a yokai the other day that apparently is just a giant skeleton that walks around the countryside eating people's heads.
Yeah, I read about that too. I don't know why we both read about that. It must have been making the rounds.
I saw it on
for some
TikTok.
reason. Okay.
Yeah.
There was a tweet, I think, that had like an illustration of it as well.
But
it makes sense because you know what it evolves
fucking
into?
terrifying.
Jellicent?
What's Jellicent?
Jellicent is Frilish's evolved form, and it is that, like, it's the regal...
The fetching gentleman. Oh, yeah, look at that. Jellicent I like. I like the big heads and the big mustache or the big, like, frills. That's good. Jellicent, sign me up. But, yeah, Frillish did make me barf.
Disgusting.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't...
Disgusting.
I don't really think I could pull off dealing with either of them.
Route 6 is really just a throughway. It's a liminal space on the way to Chargestone Cave.
Yes.
Which I assumed was the main set piece of this leg of the journey.
It's what you would think.
Turns out I was wrong, because there's two main set pieces
Jesus.
of this leg of the journey. And you think, you literally spent hours in this fucking cave.
Oh my God.
And you're like,
I was so...
This must be it. Now on the other side is going to be Mistralton City, and I'm going to take on the gym. But they're like, nope, now you have to go do yet another
little side quest for the gym leader.
Not necessary. The tower wasn't really hours long, but it was like, still.
It was still like probably an hour, but this Chargestone Cave, it's insulting that there's like a hiker outside of it who's like, oh yeah, this cave, everybody thinks that it's really complex, but it's actually like a straight line, and it's really easy.
It wasn't.
Like, what are you fucking talking about? When I think I spent, multiple hours. And that's because, like, of course, I was going into every nook and cranny to, like, get all the items, but there's good shit in here.
Right. Also, you can't even fucking get in. You can't even get in.
Right, we can't even get in yet. I just hated this hiker, fucking liar.
You show up, and the whole thing is gunked up. The whole door is gunked up with Joltic web.
I think it's a Galvantula, technically.
And you gotta eat that or something. I don't remember. I think you eat it.
Clay comes out. Because he's
like, here, I have some fresh water, and he pours it
He
on
wouldn't give us his TM yet, because he asked us to come here and, like...
Just let that one sail right by you.
What did you say?
You said Clay comes out, and I said, yeah, he pours fresh water on it.
All right.
It's Clyde.
That's good. Okay. Really running with the Clyde. Clyde is the joke? Okay. Clyde.
Yep.
Comes out and sends out his Croc-a-Rock, and then it charges
it
electro web. Yeah. And then you get Boldo's TM78, which I have made good use of.
Oh, me too. So you enter the cave. The setup in here is that it's layered. The first thing is that there are a lot of hovering gems everywhere.
Yes.
There are big hovering gem boulders and smaller hovering gems that you can push around, and then even smaller hovering gems that like exist on like the highest layer of 3DS game layering that you just kind of walk around under.
Yeah, it's partially a set piece to show off the 3DS technology, it seems like.
Yeah. And then you can push the small gems. It's like boulder puzzles or like ice puzzles, because you can push the small gems towards the big gems, but not away from So you gotta push gems around to kind of unlock the path.
Yeah, they need an electric field that will attract them.
Right. And everything is like crackling with electricity in here too.
Right.
The other thing that's happening in here is that Team Plasma has posted up in here. Don't necessarily remember why. They're just in here.
I did not write that down.
Maybe there wasn't even a reason.
I don't really think there was an explanation.
They're just sort of around. Yeah.
I mean, they're essentially just like, we're following them or they're following us or kind of a thing. Like, you walk in and you're barely in there when like this new like apparatus of the
I can't even keep up.
Team Plasma, the Shadow Triad.
I can't keep up anymore.
Comes out of nowhere. They're like ninjas, but it basically looks like they're teleporting, and it's like, is teleporting canon now? Like Getsis was doing that.
It's like Dragon Ball Z style teleporting, where it's like we're moving so fast that you just can't see us. But
yeah.
Here's what I know about Team Plasma now. N and Getsis run it. Is that right? And N is Getsis' son?
N is like the king. And then Getsis is like one of the 7 sages. And they're, I think, basically like the governing council.
You raise my next point, which is the 7 sages. Still not totally sure who those people are.
Yeah.
And then now you've got the fucking Shadow Triad.
Well, they're like the Revolutionary Guard or like the Secret Service.
I know, but like,
or something.
It's bad like world build. You're not giving me enough, like...
Yeah, it's a lot of like different setups for like, okay, we get it. Like at its face, you all want to liberate Pokemon, but then you've got a lot of like sporadic investments and like weird allies who are like what's the hierarchy here?
Yeah, it's so confusing. There's kings.
Yeah,
but there's
kings,
also like
sages,
a parliament, which is the sages, and who's Getsis?
Revolutionary Guard.
I do still like their look and their vibe.
Oh, me too.
But
the branding's great.
It's like an MLM, It's like
it is an MLM. Free this many Pokemon per month, and you'll get 1,000.
Right,
Pokemon.
And recruit like 4 Shadow Triads to get like your bonus, and then you get your pink Cadillac or whatever. Yeah, so you walk into Chargestone Cave, and the Shadow Triad attack. Well, they don't attack. They grab you.
No, they just escort you to like over a bridge to direct you where N is. Like
right,
the direction he's in. They're like, Team Plasma's here and you got to go find them. Like, okay.
Just has
I'm just like minding my own business.
The most hammering conversation of all time. Just like slamming on like next. And of course it's like, I'm going to free all the Pokemon. And also this cave is full of plasma. It's like, I don't care. Just let me go catch a Pokemon.
Well, yeah, I mean, speaking of slamming you barely even recover from this confrontation with the Shadow Triad, and then you immediately are confronted with Juniper and Bianca, who's like her bodyguard now.
I know. When did that happen? And also, this is like a 45-minute cutscene again. She's bad
at Pokemon. Like, we beaten her, we crushed her.
Yeah.
Like the Joltik she is multiple times, and like she admits that she's bad at Pokemon.
She can't take on Team Plasma.
Why is Juniper, a real-ass professional, employing this woman?
Well, I know why. Because Juniper is here to research a little Pokemon called Clink.
Yeah, they're looking for the origins of Clink.
Which I caught one of. Clink should be a gross Pokemon, but they've managed to make it very cute and silly. Especially the way it moves. When it rotates, it's like... face doesn't keep up with the rotating cogs. It's a little like jerky.
Yeah, it's like it needs some WD-40.
It's pretty cute, I think.
I went into this being like, I'm going to hate this Clink. And actually, I think Clink's okay.
Yeah, I caught one.
Plus, I got a ton of experience out of those shits.
Playing with it.
Because it's like one-hit KO.
Oh, right. Especially if you have a fireman. Do you have a fireman?
Well, I had Zebstrika that has Flame Charge.
Right. You know what I discovered this week, Joshua? I have such bad news.
What?
I had Darmanitan in here.
Yeah.
Darumidol, fire type.
Yeah.
Wailing on Clinks this whole time. Took some damage and wouldn't go into Zen mode. Doesn't have it.
Oh.
It has the other ability.
Oh, that seems pointless.
It's got sheer force. Wait, Zen mode is a hidden ability.
Zen mode only activates if the HP of the Darmanitan is below half.
I know, but it definitely got below half, and it didn't.
So it
turn
doesn't
into...
have the hidden ability. So you'd have to train another one, and then
And
I think that's how it works. I've never tried
I could
this.
not get Zen mode to trigger on this thing. No matter what I tried, I just couldn't get it to trigger.
Okay.
Darmanitan has the ability to change forms during battle depending on its ability and current HP when it enters Zen mode. It is fire psychic type. What?
This is, when we were saying earlier, like, I feel like the Darmanitan, Darumaka thing is something we do need the help from the bug catchers, but by the time this airs, it'll be far too late.
All I know is I got this thing under 50% health, and it never turned into Zen mode.
I think that means that you just didn't get one that has the hidden ability, because they don't all have it.
Well, that sucks, and I'm not training a new Darmanitan, and I have a new fire-type Pokemon anyway, so it doesn't matter. Clink. They're all over the dang place in here.
Yep.
And then Professor Juniper gives you a lucky egg.
Oh. So lucky eggs increase, it's a held item, and it increases the experience that the Pokemon holding it gets by 150%.
Which is great.
Great. Lucky egg used in all preceding games was like one of the hardest items to get.
It was in last games?
It's Chansey's item.
Oh.
And you would need to steal it or get it from a wild Chansey that you capture. And there's only a 2% chance in Gold and Silver, and then a 5% chance in Fire Red, Leaf Green that it will have it.
And you already have to do a very complicated move, which is...
Yeah, just to get a fucking Chansey, and then it's thieving it, and it's like, now you're just giving it away. Juniper's giving it away for free without doing anything, and it's like very much the like sign of this fucking like Pokemon being dumbed down.
God, it makes me wonder what's going on at Jupiter's lab.
For some bonehead mass audience.
It's smart. It's a smart line, and a smart crowd will appreciate it. And I'm not going to dumb it down for some bonehead mass audience.
She must have some kind of like Umbrella Corporation underground facility where she's just harvesting Chansey eggs.
She's got them all hooked up, like in that scene in Battlestar
It's like
Galactica,
in the
and the
Matrix.
Chanseys are just like pumping out eggs.
Yeah. That's gross. It is a really handy held item.
Yeah, I mean, this was...
Especially when I'm trying to level a couple new Pokemon this week.
You'll see some interesting stuff with my team as a result of this, because it's great when you can chain it where like you have some Pokemon that I want to also be training, give it the lucky egg, and then the new Pokemon in the back as the experience share. Ooh. Chef's kiss on that.
Chef's kiss.
Even though I do think it's amateur hour that you can just get it for doing nothing, but...
Yeah. A few more levels. I mean, this place is chock full of there's all sorts of trainers in here. There's a lot of
tons of items,
scientists, hikers, tons of items, and then there's just a whole boatload of Team Plasma Grunts down here too that you can work your way through.
Can I talk about
Yeah.
a couple of folks that I encountered on one of the basement levels?
Yeah, please.
The Nugget Brothers? Did you meet the Nugget Brothers?
The Nugget Brothers.
I'd like to say... I mean, I'd like your opinion on
Fucking
this.
swing and a miss. We could have called our podcast the Nugget Brothers. And look at us now. Now it's too late. We're 5 seasons in.
Yeah, we can't rebrand now. Can't lose all the brand equity that we've already accumulated.
I do the puns at the top of the show, so I can't even call us the Nugget Brothers.
No, it's too late.
Fuck.
What I want to know is, Nugget Brothers trainer danger or no? Because they say a couple of interesting things.
Tell me.
They introduce themselves as... Hi, we're the Nugget Brothers. And then the first one goes, I am the big brother. And then the other one says, and I am the little brother of the Nugget Brothers. Glad you showed up. I want to give you this. And then they give you a nugget.
Yes.
And the other ones, and then after you get it, if you interact again, he says, nugget about it. Which is actually really good.
That is really good.
Nugget about it.
I didn't interact with them again after the Nugget.
Oh, I always
transaction.
do. When it's like a freak show, I feel like you kind of have to,
Yeah.
because you get that. And then if you talk to the other one, then he says, how to get so golden without deep frying? Trade secret.
What are they talking about? Oh, the Nugget.
Are you selling me some fucking fool's gold, even if it's free?
No.
I don't know if it's a scam.
They didn't deep fry it. They're saying this is good
Wouldn't
gold.
you say that
Natural
if it
gold.
was deep fried?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It reminded me of growing up, my dad for Easter, we would do a gold nugget hunt.
Okay.
We'd have like my cousin over from Seattle, and then
There's already a pretty traditional hunt that happens every Easter.
Oh, there's eggs.
Okay.
There's eggs. But then there'd always be a golden nugget as well. And it's like we're out in the woods.
Literally?
In my backyard.
A literal gold nugget?
No, it's like what these Nugget Brothers are doing, I think. Because it was literally just a rock that my dad had like spray painted gold.
Hey, you know what? If it spends, you fell for it. The guy at the Pokemart's going to fall for it.
I guess that's true. If they don't know it's counterfeit, then it's fine. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if they're a scam because as far as everyone's concerned, they're legit, and you just gotta.
I got $5,000 out of it either way, and that's not my problem anymore.
You just gotta move that inventory.
It's the Pokemart's problem.
And then your hands are clean.
All right.
You
did get $10 if you found it. My dad would redeem it, so
it's worth something.
I think it was mostly an excuse for him and my uncle and their wives to just drink some beer on the deck.
I don't think that's the going price of gold, even back in like 1998 or whatever.
Yeah, we were ripped off.
Yeah.
So trainer danger for the Nugget Brothers and my father and my uncle. Uncle Steve. It's a throwback.
Oh, yeah, Uncle Steve.
Polyamorous Uncle Steve.
So then you eventually make your way through all the Team Plasma Grunts. You make your way to like a crossroads. I don't know. It gets a little confusing.
It's not clear as it usually is in most Pokemon dungeons where like you can tell which thing is the exit. Like there are multiple like
looping paths,
ways down and up and like lots of layers. So I just ended up going down everything and it just took countless hours to get through this.
It's a pain in the butt.
And there's a doctor who is near where like the main Team Plasma like nest is.
Oh, yeah. Once you get down to like
and
the lowest
he'll
level.
Heal you, but it's like very late game.
Yeah.
And most of the time I was just blowing through like super potions and revives and shit.
Yeah. God, it's so nice to be able to use revives again. Ooh.
Yeah, it's so relaxing.
Yeah, and I also I was fucking running out of pee.
I had to use some. I had to duck into that elixir stash.
It's a fucking cave, so you're getting attacked nonstop. It's like the world's longest cave.
And I ran out of repels too.
Oh, I did too. Like Joltics are just attacking you nonstop, or Clinks,
Bulldors,
or Pharaoh Seeds.
Oh my god, those fucking Pharaoh Seeds with the iron barb.
I know.
Ability on top of it.
I did catch a Pharaoh Seed in here, by the way. Pharaoh Seed counts.
I think that's clear. I don't really know what it is, but it feels like it's something.
Cocklebur.
What?
Cocklebur.
What is that?
A cocklebur is like one
that
of
just
those...
sounds like Conkeldurr.
Cocklebur is one of those little like seeds that has little spikes on it and gets stuck to you. We had these in Colorado.
Okay, well that seems like it's a plant. I mean, you're counting seeds
well,
as an inanimate object?
Inanimate is it animate?
I thought that you already made a decree that plants didn't count.
Plants don't count, but do seeds?
Okay, but it's part of a plant.
It's essentially does a leaf count? Leaf is part of a plant, but if it falls off the plant, is it animate?
Then it's inanimate? I guess. I think I'll give it to you. I mean, are you going to run that thing anyway?
No. Hell no.
Okay.
Certainly not.
Save that debate for the subreddit.
I also don't... What's its evolution? It looks like a UFO, right? Or something?
It's disgusting. I think it's quite good.
I don't even know what its evolution is. Oh, yeah, it does look like a UFO. Ferrothorn.
That's a Pokemon that's too ugly for me to use.
I also I just don't even...
I think it's quite good, though.
I don't even know what I'm looking at when I'm looking at this thing, and I couldn't tell you whether or not it's inanimate. Based on a durian plant. I think those are the stinky ones.
That's the stinky one.
That's the stinky fruit.
Yeah.
Or the vines resemble military flails.
Okay, I guess you could get away with it.
Yeah, or caltrops.
That's an interesting one where, like, the evolved form is more inanimate. Because we were talking about Whimsicott versus...
This little jiggle. Go down to the sprites and look at the white and black sprites. It just jiggles.
Yeah, they should flail around more, you know?
Yeah, yuck.
The little... Oh, then it does like a pull-up.
Yeah, it does. I mean, grass steel is kind of intriguing. I don't want to run this thing.
No, I wouldn't.
Not going to run it.
Nah.
It's too yucky.
I mean, whatever. You meander through this labyrinthian cave.
Right.
And you end up near the exit, and then...
and then what? Tell me.
Of course, who's fucking...
After this break!
Damn.
What does N say to you?
All Pokemon must be free, and they shouldn't be under the shackles of Pokemon trainers or whatever. But then he also goes like, in this world, many different values mix together, and the world just becomes gray, and that's unforgivable.
What?
I'm like, that's very, very intolerant.
What are you talking about?
Like, ever heard of the melting pot? Like, what do you mean? Like, you can't have everything mixing together because then it's unforgivable?
Do you think he's talking about fucking Pokemon?
He wants to separate Pokemon and people, and then Pokemon will be perfect beings. And that also,
That's biblical. That's like angels.
reeks.
That's some angelic shit.
So Pokemon are angels in his world.
Yeah.
We do get a reveal later where he was like raised by Pokemon.
Yeah.
I mean, you were probably slamming A.
Is this after the gym?
Yeah, after the gym. So
God,
we'll save that.
Such a long cutscene.
I'm trying to take notes of all. I noticed on like Bulbapedia, there isn't not a transcription of like everything that like this dude or fucking Getsus or whatever any of the sages say.
Because it's too long.
So I've been trying to like pause and like type it out on my phone, but it's like I'm trying to just play the damn game, and then it's like every other line is something fucking cuckoo bananas, and I'm like,
that one after the gym, the gym at the end of this leg.
oh, it's like 5 minutes long.
He asks your lead Pokemon like what they think of you, and for me it was Vanillish.
Dr. Doolittle.
And he's like, Vanillish, what do you think of Mr. Keepsies? And I was like, don't ask him.
Yeah.
He's new to the team. Go ask someone else.
That's what happened to me too. I'm not going to say who yet. But he starts talking to like the brand new, like freshly born Pokemon. I'm like, this Pokemon's not going to say anything good about me.
Go ask Musharma.
But anyway, he's like, my friend's getting hurt is what a Pokemon battle is. And then he is also like, so let's battle.
I know.
Okay. So you want to hurt your friends?
Hour and a half long cave.
Jesus,
too.
just get
out
me
of PP,
out of here,
out of potions. I'm out of escape ropes. I'm out of revives.
And his team, I guess, kind of interestingly, his team is basically always different. It's like wherever the environment is.
Yeah.
So he is like liberating his Pokemon.
But he's also making them fight.
I'm noticing now because he has a Boldore, Ferroseed, Joltik, and Clink, which are all caught in Chargestone Cave.
Yeah.
I am positive that this battle was kind of a struggle because I was out of PP and like my Pokemon are like missing limbs and shit. But like,
right.
I beat him. I don't remember how.
I still had Darmanitan on my team at that point, and I think Darmanitan had like 3 fire moves, so I had plenty of juice to get through this fight, except for maybe Boldore.
Boldore was tough in this one. I was mostly not raising Salmarat at this point because I had power leveled him in the last episode.
Right.
So this, I think Salmarat was the one who got me out of this because he can super effective 3 of them.
And then
because he has revenge for the steal.
The weirdest thing happens when the fight ends is that Juniper, I'm trying to remember this, Juniper and Bianca come up to you and confront N. And N is like this weird, like melodramatic, like cutscene-y guy.
Oh, yeah.
And Juniper and Bianca are like cartoon characters.
Yeah.
So N is like, I hate you for who you are. And Professor Juniper's like, I understand your anger. Sorry, I hope we can be friends. And Anna's like, fuck off, and then like stalks out of the cave.
Because she's like, but why can't you just allow people and Pokemon to decide their own relationship to each other? And he's like, I won't tolerate that.
I know.
And it's like, okay, so N is like very intolerant, actually.
Yeah, it's weird.
He won't let anyone make their own choice.
No.
Pokemon's bodies. Pokemon. Not doing that.
Don't. Nope. Stop. Abort.
I'm stopping. Okay, I wouldn't say that either.
No.
Okay.
Evacuate.
And then he storms off. He's like, unacceptable opinion.
Right.
And you're free of this fucking cave.
And then you're done, right? God, we must be done. We must be done with this leg of the journey, right? You pop out, you're in Mistralton City.
Pokemon Center is right there.
Yeah,
and you're like,
heal
great.
up.
Done.
There's also a little country villa, a little country cottage out here that you can pop into, which is like, what do they call it? The Move family.
The Move family, yeah. I love how they just started, what was that, like last gen, I think? They just start stuffing them all in one house.
I know. So like one
You're
stop
all
shop.
related now.
Here's your Move deleter. Here's your Move reminder. Was there someone else?
Tutor,
yeah. So you got to come back once you get some hard skills. So the whole thing about Mistralton City is that it's an airport.
It's like Stewart International Airport, where it's like basically in the middle of nowhere, and you're like, okay.
One runway.
Also, it's rainy. It's rainy all the time.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like a good place for an airport to be.
Yep.
And that's in upstate New York. That was an insider.
Yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's for rich people with like country homes in Hudson Valley.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken a flight out of Stewart? Aer Lingus flies out of Stewart.
No, but I know that a couple of people for my wedding had to deal with it.
Why didn't they just fly into New York?
Because they just didn't want to have to be bothered with dealing with New York City.
I would have
The
much
capital
rather that
of
than
the
flying
world?
to fucking
Oh.
Stewart Airport. Ugh.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, Mistralton City is just one big airport. You can walk around a little bit. You can go to the Pokemon Center and whatnot. Before you get too far into the city, though, you are once again
accosted
confronted
again.
with another lengthy cutscene.
Yeah, Cedric Juniper, who's Professor Juniper's father. It's like,
Oh, is it her father? I thought it was
Yeah.
her son.
no, it's her father.
Oh, okay.
He's the one who upgrades
Yeah.
the Pokédex so that you can track different forms of Pokemon.
Even shinies, which is interesting because it's like that would imply that shinies are more common in this game, but I haven't encountered a fucking shiny yet. I've been playing this game professionally now.
As I've said, unless there was a time when I was an idiot child and I just didn't put it together, I have never encountered a shiny Pokemon other than Red Gyarados or any scripted encounter.
I know.
Like, what's happening here?
You would think fate would be in our favor. We play this game so fucking much.
Like, it should happen organically, even if we're not shiny farming. At this point, thousands of hours. I mean,
Yeah. Professor Juniper's father, Cedric Juniper, has an associate whose name is Skyla, who happens to be the gym leader here in Mistralton. She's a flying type gym leader.
yeah.
She says that she is headed to Celestial Tower, north of Mistralton City, to go check on something. I don't remember what. Ring a bell.
There's an injured Pokemon on top of it that she wants to go check out.
Okay.
But she won't say what it is. I don't know if she knows what it is. And pretty sure we don't even find out.
I don't think it's up there. By the time we get there, I don't think it's even up there.
No, it's gone, definitely. But I also don't think she even says what it was. So it's like, what is this?
It's like they forgot what the premise was, you know?
Yeah. This leg, it took so long for them to program that they Game Freak just forgot. Like,
So you're like, okay, fine, I'll go do that after I beat the gym. And you go to the gym, which is at the end of the runway in one of the hangars, and there's fucking Clyde. And he's like, sorry, Skyla's not here. And it's like, you're making me go do more stuff? I just spent an hour and a half in that fucking cave.
I know.
Probably more. I probably spent 3 hours in that cave.
I think and given it was one of those nights where, I was slugging a couple of beers.
Yeah.
I'm watching Manifest, unfortunately.
Ugh.
Speaking of airports. And then, so it probably took me longer than it should have, but it was definitely 3 hours. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah.
3 hours in Chargestone Cave.
So you head north out of town to Route 7. Route 7 is one of those routes where it's all tall grass again.
Yeah, and like elevated walkways that you can use to bypass it. But
Yeah.
I wanted some EXP, and there's some
Yeah, of
trainers
course.
in there too.
Yeah, there's lots of trainers in here.
This route is pretty robust, so it's like, oh, we're back at it again. Like,
Yeah, there are a lot of trainers in here. Can I tell you about one of them?
yeah.
There is a trainer named Backpacker Terrence
Okay.
who's got just a disgusting little Pokemon who makes me barf.
Okay. Who was it this time?
Simseer.
Yeah. It's the worst one.
I think the Sim line is
Awful.
gross across the board.
Yeah.
Especially as it evolves into these Simisage and Simiseer and Simipour.
Simipour is the sexy one, at least.
You encounter all of them. Yeah, Simipour is pretty sexy. We can agree on that. But Simiseer
Yeah.
is just so they've just like they did
It's awful.
they did it so dirty. It's just so gross looking. They've put it in this like little pose where it's like
Stupid fingerless gloves.
it's like this. It's like
It looks like it just like touched the stove or something, and then it's like
it's like pulling its hands away,
moving its hands away to try to like
and it's like
cool
got
them
a
down.
weird little like pear-shaped body. Oh, they just did such a bad
Inexplicable
job.
fucking like cloud sort of like airplane pillow around its neck.
They just did such a poor job with this
I
Pokemon
hate
design.
it.
It's so
This
bad.
is the worst one of the Simi line, which is already heinous.
really bad. Yeah, that one grossed me out. And like I said, Bugcatchers is a barf heavy episode. So
I'm agreeing so far.
everyone who's immediately going to like at me on Twitter about having 2 barfs.
Out of the rafters for these things.
Just strap in, because guess what? I have another fucking you make me barf Pokemon on Route 7.
This is a triple? I think that's the first triple.
Is it?
You make me barf.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's another disgusting Pokemon that I encountered on this route.
Oh my god.
It's a Pokemon called Cubchoo.
That one, people are definitely going to come at you about.
Wow, how could they come at me about it? It's got snot hanging out of its nose.
They're going to be like, it's a sweet little ice teddy bear
it's
or some shit.
Disgusting. It's disgusting. It's got boogers hanging out of its nose.
Fully a third of its body is a booger. An icy booger.
It's just a big booger. It's got a booger hanging out of its nose. You guys like this?
I bet people like it.
Fucking sick. You're all sick.
I don't love it. I don't know that I would put it in the category of You Make Me Barf. I don't love it though.
It's one of the it's an instant edition. It's got a big booger hanging out of its nose. And it's such shitty design. It's such a shitty design too. It's like this is like if someone were making a Pokemon ripoff game, this is what they would put in it. Like, here's a teddy bear with a booger hanging out of its nose, and it's a Pokemon now.
Look how clever we are.
This is like Digimon shit, you know? Like, take that back to Bandai.
I love when Bulbapedia gets desperate to try to have something in the trivia section. And so for Origin on Cubchoo is based on a polar bear cub. Sure.
Yeah.
The mucus it possesses is probably inspired by the fact that cold weather often results in a runny nose.
You don't.
That's
say.
all we got. That's what we got for Cubchoo.
And then Beardick also.
I think Beardick
like
is kind of cool. It reminds me of like a frost troll.
It's so lazy. It's just so lazy.
Skyrim.
There's nothing. Whatever. You and I can disagree on this one. I thought Cubchoo was so gross.
I'm not running this line.
No.
I'm just saying, when you're talking about a Simisear versus a Cubchoo,
both gross.
I think one of them is clearly more disgusting.
I think they're both awful.
And I'm more talking about, like, people are going to say Cubchoo is sweet.
They're so wrong.
I'm not.
They're so wrong.
You know what I will say is sweet? That I saw in this route.
Ooh, yeah.
And now I'm curious what you're going to say about this. Joshy's Sweetie, and there's just one. Just one.
Just one this week.
Ranger Pedro's Axu.
Yeah, Axu. When I first saw Axu, I was like, oh, I've seen this Pokemon before.
Because it's kind of like Larvitar.
It looks just like Larvitar.
I think it's a sweetier version, but
I think so too. I thought these games didn't have any old Pokemon because Axu just looks so familiar to me, and it's because it looks just like Larvitar.
Yeah, its animation on its sprite makes it look like it's a little puppy kind of like trying to paw at you, and it's a dragon, which is also fun.
I just looked up Fraxure.
Oh, yeah.
Fraxure's cool.
And Haxorus as well.
Haxorus looks a little bit too much like a bug for me.
I had a really good time with Haxorus in my first playthrough. It's not going to happen this time because I can't think of... I can't guarantee. I don't think it's going to happen, though, but...
You caught one.
No, you can't catch any of this yet.
Oh, they're not in the wild. They're just...
No, it was a ranger had it. But I think Axu, and Fracture is cool also. I like this line.
I think the whole line is kind of cool. And it's a dragon type, right?
Yeah.
This is the first dragon we've encountered in this game.
Yeah.
Is there many dragons in this game?
There's a couple more.
Well, it's the two final guys.
Well, and Drudigan.
N told us that the big white Pokemon on the cover of your box and the big black Pokemon on the cover of mine are dragon types.
Finally, he admitted that. He admitted.
Oh my god! He admitted!
Zekrom and Reshiram are dragons, even though they look just like demons.
They look like kangaroos, if anything.
Kangaroo demons.
Yeah, Axu, cutie.
Yeah, it's a cutie.
Agree with you there.
That's it.
Make your way through Route 7. Wind your way up via elevated path or... I don't think I went on those paths. Is it the bike thing? It's like a bike route?
No, you just walk on them in this one. It's just a way of bypassing... I did it because I wasn't sure if there were items at the end of them. It's purely a way of bypassing the grass.
Yeah, I saw them everywhere, and I just didn't have any need to.
I ended up never using them again because I just wanted all that sweet EXP.
But we make our way up to Celestial Tower, which is the Pokemon
Tower. Yeah.
of this game.
It's Lavender Town.
It's Lavender Town, exactly. It is full of dead Pokemon.
Gravestones,
Yep.
trainers, psychics.
It's exactly Pokemon Tower. It's the same setup. You're navigating your way through a tower. You're navigating your way through a maze of gravestones. You're being attacked by psychics and, grieving Pokemon owners.
Poke fans, yeah.
It's not all ghost type though in here.
Yeah.
The trainers have all sorts of stuff.
But the wild Pokemon are literally just Litwick
It's just Litwick and
Elgyem.
another Pokemon, Josh, that is my You Make Me Barf Pokemon of the Week.
It's a home run.
Yeah, and it's Elgyem. Elgyem.
I don't know. Elgyem.
Absolutely heinous. It's an alien.
It's pretty ugly.
It's supposed to be an alien.
Oh, you trying to plug Strange Bedfellows? You mean Alien?
Everyone go listen to everyone go listen to Strange Bedfellows.
Yeah. Tanner's
my
got a
other
new
podcast.
pod.
We read romance books. It's just the Babysitter's Club.
It's a rebrand.
We just had to pivot because we ran out of books.
But Tanner has a mispronunciation, of course, where he calls an alien alium. Alium. And this is an alium.
I maybe stole that from David Sims. I can't remember.
Well, if so, thank you, David Sims.
I just absorb things like a sponge. I absorb podcast jokes like a sponge.
Yeah.
LGM is a corruption of the abbreviation LGM, Little Green Men. A common term used to refer to extraterrestrials.
I like that, actually.
Yeah, I think it's ugly. I think it's gross. You like it?
You're
wrong.
What I'm going to say is, I don't like it. No, I'm going to say I don't like it. I think Behem, its evolved form, is sort of saucy.
What do you think Behem is a corruption of? Let's go look. Behem is a corruption of the abbreviation BEM, bug-eyed monster, an old-fashioned term used to refer to extraterrestrials.
I guess that makes sense. What I will say is I'm backed into a corner on the psychic thing, and there's a chance this could come out.
Don't you run this, you gross pervert.
You know that I like that psychological warfare as well.
Yucky, 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 yucky.
It does seem pretty crazy to me that it is not psychic and steel.
It's not made out of steel. It's made out of...
What is it made out of?
Alien flesh. Gray man flesh. It doesn't have gems, though. It's got gem eyes and gem fingers.
And it looks like it's got circuits. It looks like a Tron. I mean, it looks like it's out of Tron.
Yeah. I think it's gross. And it's my You Make Me Barf Pokemon.
I don't love it. I might have to deal with it. We're going to see.
Make your way upwards, Joshua, towards
it's just spiraling up toward the top.
Towards the ceiling. Not the ceiling, the roof. Well, I guess the ceiling as well.
Little column A and little column B.
Underside of the roof would be the ceiling. Before we get to the ceiling, is there anything else noticeable? Anything else notable in Celestial Tower?
I did have one other thing that I saw on that underside of the roof, and I want to give a Joshy's You Make Me Barf to Gotharita.
Telling you people, it's a barf heavy week, and Gotharita, what a nomination.
I mean, Hachi Machi, but also I want a barf.
That's not how I would spell Hachi Machi.
How do you spell Hachi Machi?
That says Hatchy Matchy.
Hachi Machi. That's better. Okay.
You've written Hatchy Matchy.
Hachi Machi. I've never really had to write it out, so okay, I see. Hachi Machi. Hachi Machi.
Yeah.
This Gotharita.
Yeah, yucky.
This is awful. I mean, it's just little bow after bow and displeased,
it's
goth
outfit. Yeah, it's pissed.
Well, I mean, it's just
dismissive.
Emo.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I know that we've already talked about Gothita, and I'm probably going to have to comment on Gothitel whenever we see that also.
Yeah, it's gross. They're trying to do the Jinx thing. You can't get away with this,
Gotharita. You can't get away with this, Pokemon Company.
You won't get away with this.
It's disgusting. That is a psychic that I will draw the line at. You will never see me.
Is that dual type? Is that pure
thing.
psychic?
It's pure psychic.
Pure psychic. Jesus. There's a lot of psychics in this game.
Yeah, but most of them are fucking disgusting, and so disgusting that they're unusable.
Sigalith is pretty disgusting too. I did a little leveling of Sigalith this week.
Yeah, I actually thought you might bring that back onto the board.
I tried to play it, and I got a couple more levels and a couple of new moves, and I realized that it's like Mr. Mime. It's like weird metagaming where it's it doesn't have any like good moves. It just has moves that like buff the team and like offer protection. And it's like
Tailwind is quite good though.
I'm not dealing with this, so I boxed it again. Because I thought it would be interesting to have a dual type flying psychic. That seemed interesting to me.
What there's swoop at? Still got swoop at.
Sorry,
as an option.
Nope, not going to happen. Celestial Tower. You get to the top. Skyla's up there. She makes you ring a big bell. I don't remember why. I don't know if it's important.
She does not explain. She's like, oh, the injured Pokemon, I fixed it and it's gone. And she's like, how about you go ring that bell? Because I think she says that it tells you what type of a Pokemon trainer you are. You ring the bell and then she's like, oh, you're a strong and kind person.
I'm the bong type of Pokemon trainer, apparently, according to this bell.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's stupid. It's busy work for the sake of busy work, but then you're done. You're done with Celestial Tower. And she's like,
and then she's like, all right, now that I know that you're a bong, you love bong rips.
You love bongs.
You can come challenge me at the gym.
Yep. And she flies off because she's a flying type trainer.
Yeah.
So you make your way back down Route 7, you make your way back down into Mistralton City and over to the runway and up to the hangar bay where Skyla's gym is. Collect your fresh water from Clyde. All pretense is gone. He says, here's your fucking fresh water, mooch.
He threw it at my fucking face, in fact.
He threw it in my fucking face, too. We're going to go take on Skyla now. Do you want to tell me about your team as we're going into it in a hit segment we call Level Check?
Level Check. I do want to tell you about my team. I'm pretty excited about what's happening right now.
Yeah, you made it sound like you've got some exciting new Mon.
It's interesting because I did start thinking about this when I was playing. I was like, wait a second, because as we were saying, it's so hard to track now that we're not like live. You forget where we are. It's like this is the 6th gym. Like we're essentially in the end game almost.
Yeah, we're shooting towards the end.
So things are firming up. And there are a couple of good options that I finally got access to. One of them, actually, most of this team I haven't played with before, but we have played with Jerry Seinfeld.
Sure.
Joshua's naming all of his Pokemon after Seinfeld characters, his favorite show. And Samurott is level 40 now. Alton Benez, Stoutland, still here, level 36.
Misnamed that guy, huh?
Yeah, but there's no chance.
No, yeah.
It's not going to make it.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's a struggle, especially with all the other ones on this team, where it's like, this is just a fucking normal. I'm sorry. I have a problem with normal. Just straight up normal.
Yeah. It's gross.
I just can't. Stoutland's fine, level 36. Elaine Lilligant, doing her little kicks with her quiver dance, is level 39.
Yep.
Then we have Uncle Leo, who is now a crocodile.
How do you still have this fucking thing on your team?
Level 40. Uncle Leo.
Oh, it's level 40?
Yeah, it evolves at level 40, so I had to do it.
Crocodile. Now it's all red, right?
Yeah, it's cool. And now it's got the dark, fierce brows that Uncle Leo has, and he's a crook. So I also think Uncle Leo is probably one of my favorite characters. So I'm kind of happy. It's like, I might do it. I've never run one of these.
It's ground dark. I think I ask you that every week.
Ground dark, yeah. You do every week, yeah. And that's a useful combo, and it's useful against your team in particular, at least previously.
It's not for long.
Then we have a couple of newcomers. RIP to Lomez, and RIP to... What was the other one? I don't even know.
Lomez was Unfazant?
RIP to Sue Ellen Mishki, the O. Henry Bar heiress, the Zeb Striker.
Right.
She has been replaced with Electric, who is Cosmo Kramer.
This little sucker. Look at its little sucker.
Who will become Electros. And the reason for that is that it's like kind of a bumbling idiot. Like you look at the sprite, and like Kramer is often called a hipster doofus, and it's just kind of like a dum-dum. And has like a wacky design. So it felt right.
Rabies? Oh, that's fatal. You don't want that.
I don't want it. I don't need you to tell me what I don't want, you stupid hipster doofus.
What is this? What's going on here?
Kramer being called a hipster when I was like a 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Totally mischaracterized what hipsters were when I finally did move to Brooklyn, New York as a 25-year-old, you know?
It was a totally different thing back then, though.
Yeah. It's like I don't even know what Kramer is. Just sort of a weird guy.
And kind of like a mooch, and he just like bumbles around and he falls ass backwards into money.
Yeah.
I couldn't resist. I did debate just keeping Zebstrika. I debated Galvantula because I haven't done that, but Electros I think is fucking great. And
Okay.
right now it's an electric because I need to get a couple more moves before I evolve it with a Thunderstone. Welcome to the team. And then welcome to the team, Archeops.
Ooh, Archeops.
This is new. Never tried this. Don't do fossil Pokemon really ever.
That's Archon's evolution, right? Or is that a third evolution?
Yeah, it's Archon's.
Does that have a third evolution?
No, that's it.
Okay.
It's George
I'm
Costanza.
gonna look this guy up. Is he cutie? Like Archon was?
I think it's kind of.
It looks good.
Kind of. I mean, it looks good.
Yeah.
It's like kind of sweet.
Rock flying is sort of interesting, I guess.
Rock flying is fun. I haven't had just
What's this ability? Defeatist?
So the reason that it is George Costanza is because it has the ability Defeatist. Well, also it's bald. But the reason is predominantly because of Defeatist. So when Archeops reaches 50% or less of its hit points, then it halves the user's attack and special attack.
Your attack and special attack. That sucks.
Yeah, well, its speed is crazy and it has a rash nature as well.
What does that do? Like, does that help you somehow? No, it just sucks.
No, it's just, it has to hit hard and fast.
Yeah.
And I think it will. I mean, its speed is off the charts. Its attack is off the charts. I'm running it with acrobatics, where the attack, which is 60, doubles if the Pokemon is holding no item.
Right.
So it's doing 120 flying plus stab.
We just got acrobatics, right, from Skyla?
Yeah, but he learns it naturally.
Oh, okay.
I'm excited.
Cool.
I'm taking a gamble. I'm naming it George Costanza. So if it doesn't work out, I'm going to lose one of the hard hitters. But
Yep.
I'm having fun. I had a lot of fun with this
And
thing.
it's a cutie. It's a cute little guy.
I think it's a really cool design, actually.
Yeah.
It's maybe my favorite of the fossil Mon.
All of them.
I'm going to say it for now, at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I disagree. Because the fossil mons are all usually pretty ugly.
Yeah, I think you really don't like them in particular. But you like this one.
Yeah, cutie. Although I don't mind, what's it called? Tortuga.
I think they did well with the fossils in this gen, generally speaking.
Yeah.
But let's hear about Mr. Keepsies. What did he decide to keep?
Here's what he decided to keep this week. Ice cream. Vanillish, level 40.
Whoa.
Great. Great little guy. Shoots ice everywhere. Looks disgusting.
All right.
Geode, Gigalith, level 40. Just a stalwart soldier on the team. Classic standby. Especially good this week with all the flying shit.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Garbage, who was evolved into Garbodor.
There it is.
Level 39. And
Bound to
Joshua,
happen.
Garbodor is my...
Oh my god.
You Make Me Barf Pokemon of the week.
5?
Looks like shit. God, it looks so awful. Trubbish, cute, fun, festive, little bag of trash.
Sassy.
Having fun.
Yeah.
Garbodor,
So
awful.
the rest of life is all caught up with you, you know?
Just looks terrible. Such a bad design.
giant,
it's
like,
weird little like
gaping
arms,
maw.
and it's like little like
It's
like fuel nozzle like fingers. Gosh, it's so gross. But whatever, he's on the team.
the eyes are kind of like googly eyes, though, in a way that's kind of cute.
I guess
It's obviously You Make
the
Me Barf.
sprite
I mean, it's
like
a pile of garbage.
undulates in this way that's really gross. Yeah, it's gross. It's gross looking.
I
but
haven't seen it undulate yet. I'm excited to see that.
It's a nice little poison type Pokemon. Not a type that I think is particularly valuable, but it is just a pile of trash, which is about as inanimate object-y as you can get. So who knows?
Had to have it, yeah.
Yeah. Incense Musharna, level 39. I don't think I brought Musharna out once. In fact, you know what? I boxed Musharna.
That's no level change.
I boxed Musharna all week because I was leveling Sigilyph. I just brought her out the last second because I realized I didn't like Sigilyph.
I see.
Then the two newcomers to the team, Joshua. Welcome, Gears.
Sure.
Clang, level 40. Already evolved, blew past Clink, and we're on to Clang.
Thank God, because I think Clink is pretty weak, but then it starts
beefing up.
Kind of snowballing from there, yeah.
I like it. The electric type moves were great, obviously, for this gym. It's tough little set of gears.
Yeah, that line is growing on me. I've never liked it before, but now that I'm like kind of experiencing it
certainly
more.
Better than Magnemite. Although I do like Magnezone.
Yeah, but Magnezone. Yeah, exactly. Plus, the issue is that, the Magnemite line is actually steel and electric.
So is Clank.
Clink, no, it's just steel. So you're not getting the bonus stab damage from those electric moves.
Shit. I thought it was both.
No, it's just steel. So that's problematic.
Yeah, but it knows electric moves, which is useful.
Yeah, it's cool.
And then my last Pokemon is Candle. Litwick. Level 37.
Yeah.
Don't quite have a handle on Litwick yet, but I feel like I can figure it out. It's Ghost Fire, which is a
cool combo.
Pretty wild combo.
I like it, yeah.
It just doesn't have any, it doesn't have the moves I need it to have quite yet.
I think it's a late game, rally.
Yeah.
Because Chandelure is very good.
It doesn't even evolve into the second one until, the 40s. So,
Jesus.
And then I think Chandelier is a
Chandelure.
Is a dusk stone.
It is a chandelier. Yeah.
Yeah. This thing is gonna have to stay on the team because it's when I envisioned this character, I was like, isn't there a fucking candle?
Yeah. So
I'm gonna have to figure out how to run this thing.
It's good. I mean, its special attack is fucking off the charts.
Yeah.
In the final form.
Well, and it's it's kind of a little cutie in this stage. It's just a little funny little candle with a little face.
Yeah, I don't mind the line actually. Yeah. You'd think I would, but I think I like it.
Yeah, this game keeps surprising you in new ways every week, right? And that's what we're doing this for.
That's right. And that's why it's called Experience Share.
So that's our teams headed into Mistralton Gym to take on Skyla. Pretty interesting gym setup. Pretty dangerous. Where's Osha once again? Unova needs Osha.
Yeah, they got to shut this down. I mean,
the setup is that you shoot yourself out of cannons with no safe landing zone. You're just landing on hard metal and concrete.
Yeah, I mean, I should have died essentially every time I was shot out of a cannon, and I shouldn't be allowed to be shot out of a cannon.
Who's
and I'm operating it myself, too.
You get shot out of the cannon, and you take on gym trainers, and then the final shot that leads you up to Skyla's little platform, you bonk into a dang wall. It fires you so hard that you slam into a wall, and you
curtains.
Skid down like a cartoon character.
I'm toast.
That would kill anyone. That would kill someone.
There are lower levels that you can't see, and that's because they obscure all of the
just
decomposing
bones.
bodies and skeletons.
It's like the end of The Prestige. Spoilers for The Prestige.
Jesus.
Where you see all those
somehow
Hugh Jackman.
Not your first reference to The Prestige.
Have you seen The Prestige?
Yes.
You remember the end when it's all those tanks full of dead Hugh Jackmans?
Yeah.
Is that even the right movie? Because there was two...
I don't know.
There was two Magic Man
one
movies.
Or The Illusionist, isn't the other one?
They came out at the exact same time.
It's funny how that keeps happening.
I don't think I liked either of them, if I remember correctly.
I watched Armageddon and Deep Impact back to back recently.
Or Dante's Peak and Volcano Under Los Angeles.
Well, I'm not talking about Dante's Peak and Volcano again. But where do you fall on the Armageddon versus
Armageddon.
Deep Impact?
Absolutely Armageddon.
No!
You know what? That Aerosmith song is a karaoke banger. Every time my sister and I sing it, my mom literally weeps at the Majesty.
What is a karaoke banger here is irrelevant. The storytelling,
I think that's incredible.
And emotional depth of Deep Impact.
Deep Impact? No one
is vastly superior.
Armageddon's in the fucking Criterion Collection.
We're getting the gang back together for one last caper. Obviously,
it's in the Criterion Collection.
What?
Armageddon is in the Criterion Collection.
Armageddon is the one that made it into the Criterion Collection.
No one's ever even fucking heard of Deep Impact. That scene where the president is giving the speech and the kid is waving an American flag while he's playing as the Earth is about to explode.
That's so easy. It's
You're
such low-hanging fruit.
You're heartless.
It's low effort, as you would say.
Look at you. You fucking elitist East Coast,
everyone knows you're on the East Coast
Heartland.
Also, and second of all, everyone knows that
I live in the Heartland.
I
live in a town named after farms.
The Heartland.
So
Connecticut is the Heartland now?
No, I live in a town. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so. You still have farms over there?
Hell yeah. Go to the pick and patch every weekend.
It's in Farmington. Just because it's called Farmington doesn't mean they have farms.
There are a lot of farms. In Farmington's defense, there's a lot of farms. Anyway.
All right. I'm going to settle down and I'm not going to pick it back up. Let's just talk about this gym and let's talk about Skyla.
Skyla, Joshua, has my...
Oh, God, Christ.
You make me barf Pokemon of the week.
It's relentless.
It was a really gross leg.
It's like that asteroid after it got blown up in Armageddon.
Swanna. Why did we give it a bra?
Okay, let me look at this again. It doesn't really.
Why did we give Swanna a bra?
It does have a feather bra.
Now you're making me think about its boobs, and now...
Oh, no.
Now I'm headed to furaffinity.net.
It's Fur Affinity check.
For Fur Affinity check, and I'm looking up Swanna, and I'm doing this against my will.
Welcome, Admin Tanner.
God damn it. And of course, when you give it a bra, hey, Pokemon Company, when you give a Pokemon a bra, the Fur Affinity people are going to snap that right up.
I'd love to see some like Black Swan.
They're going to snap that right up. And of course,
Black Swan.
image A1.
Something. Oh my God.
Image A1 is like Mpreg.
Hoochie Mama.
The second image on the page kind of does it for me, though.
How are you getting on the exact? Where's just the search? Can you just send it to me?
What? You don't know how to search for...
I'm not an admin. I don't have the same access that you do.
Here, look at this one. Owner of this page elected to make it available to registered users only. Okay, well,
out of the gate, it's pregnant.
I know. They hit you with that right at the top, or inflation, or something. I don't know.
Holy moly!
Sometimes you go to a Fur Affinity, and it's like
this one.
You sometimes go to a Fur Affinity, and it's pretty tame. It's like, well, this isn't like a naturally sexual Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
So what we're getting is like, this Pokemon's just having fun. Yeah, that one's Hachimachi. Talking about Hachimachi.
It's like a Amazon, but
I don't
Swanna.
think I have any attraction to Swanna, but that picture is like, yes, please. You know? What's it got in its fingers?
This is...
It's a little gold ball.
I feel like we haven't... It's like a nut or something. Look. Oh, my God. Oh, this one actually does kind of give me Black Swanna vibes. Right here. She's like a... kind of a ballerina.
Yeah. That one's good. That one's good. They've humanized her.
I feel like we haven't really had Fur Affinity search in a bit that was really
this fruitful,
like
this fecund.
Swanna's really getting an interested fanatic community behind it.
Yes. I'm gonna send you one. This one's good. It's like a story.
Oh, it's a comic.
Yeah.
Come on, I'll show you my favorite spot.
And it's her thick butt.
It certainly is windy up here.
It's not even her best feature. They gave her a bra.
Oh my God. And then there's some other, it's that, what, isn't this that like sea cucumber Pokemon?
I don't know.
That's looking up under the skirt?
Look at this one I'm sending you now.
Why would it be that one?
We have to move on. This is an audio medium.
Look at this one.
You can all picture this, bug catchers. It's just...
Well, these are so...
It's just images of Swanna.
So blown up that you can't even tell what they are.
Kink and fetish situations.
Happy Helium... The title of this one is just Happy Helium Day.
Yep.
And it is 5 Pokemon. We know one of them is Swanna, but like the other 4 are
They're so
inflated
grotesquely
that I can't even tell what they are.
Yeah. I think the one right to her right might be Lucario.
Oh, I think that's right.
Yeah. This is gross. And it's also
we gotta get out of
audio
here.
medium. So
yeah, it's an audio medium.
Go to furaffinity.net and look up Swanna yourself if you want to kind of see some of these provocative images, these charged, challenging images.
And if furaffinity.net is looking for any kind of sponsors, they want to sponsor a podcast.
Yeah.
I feel like we're giving them a lot of free
And you know
airtime.
what? We don't even need money. Just give us pro accounts. You can pay us in pro accounts.
Yes.
Yep. And that's payment enough for us. That's going to save me a lot of money each month, actually.
We're just
gift us
we're
that.
just trying to make a living,
Yep.
keep the lights on.
I had absolutely zero issue with Skyla. I had
Yeah.
Gigalith, which is rock type.
Rock.
I had Clang, who knew a couple of lightning moves, and I had Vanillish, who could fire his little ice beams.
Yep.
No
This is a joke.
problem. Yeah.
I trained the electric before this because I wanted to replace Zepstrika before then, but then it was like spark.
What a mistake you've made.
Archeops has ancient power, which is rock. All of it was basically
Replace a
one-hit KOs.
beautiful, elegant zebra with like a disgusting little sucker worm.
I'm not going for a beautiful team. Brie Van Der is not here.
I know, but still, you have to look at
I'm
these
going
things.
for what is going to be a just straight up fucking good team.
Yeah. Well, we're not battling this week. We flipped a coin and it came up we flipped a sterling pound.
Pound sterling.
And it came up tails. So we shan't be battling this
We
week.
programmed our teams and we thought about doing it like we did last week, but we've run long because of Swana.
Yeah,
and
Swana got us all heated.
We're gonna
Got us all
close it up.
hot to trot. So we're gonna
We
have to go and
go to our bunks.
I'll be in my bunks. All right, Pokemon guys, what's your name?
Bug
Bugcatchers. That's it this week. This has been Pokemon Podcast
Experience share.
Experience Share. I have been Tanimo, aka Tanner Greenring, and I am joined as always by my co-host Fueltic, aka Joshua Fielstead. Please do rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts. It really does help us quite a bit if you go and do that.
And Stitcher and Pod Chaser and Pod News, all of them. Rate it.
Josh made up half of those, so wherever.
Oh, they're real and they're spectacular.
That's good. And then do please buy the merch.
ExperienceShareMerch.com.
EXPShareMerch.com. Shirts, mugs, stickers, pins, whatever you want. Lots of beautiful designs from Matthew New and John Smith.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
And follow us on Twitter and Instagram at EXPSharePod. Check out the subreddit, reddit.com/r/bugcatchers, where Mike Levine, friend of the pod and friend of real life,
Got a new
is
shoe rack. I saw.
hosting a tournament as well.
Oh, sorry. You were talking
And he
about
did get a
different
new
things.
shoe rack. And
I saw on
one of
Instagram.
his little sweet cats, I think Wally, was in there.
Yeah.
And he's hosting a tournament. And I definitely would have had to have announced this already, but at the end of it, you might get to face off against us.
Well, I didn't agree to this.
Pokemon Showdown. I'm telling you this now as well.
What is my team? This team?
Whatever you end up with.
This team? This
Gen
Gen's
5.
team?
Gen
Okay.
5.
Gonna have to
We'll
do some
set a level
leveling.
cap. We'll have to set a level cap to make it even at the
Okay,
end.
but do I get a handicap? Because I'm bad at Pokemon.
No.
Fuck. Okay. That's fine.
You got good Mon. Like, it is inanimate objects,
Garbodor?
but you are going to have good Mon. I mean, I can't really say that about Garbodor necessarily, but generally, when I see the final forms of all these Mon, I think it's probably going to turn out pretty well.
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
I think I'll be in good shape. I feel like Masharna's run her course, but maybe we can spice up that psychic type before the
I
end.
went all the way with that one, but
Really? With your first run?
yeah. What other psychic Pokemon do you have an option for? Or are you just going to cut a psychic?
I mean, Sigilyph, but
Right. I think Masharna is better than Sigilyph.
I don't know. I don't know what else is on the horizon, you know? We'll see.
See what Mr. Keepsies can collect.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the tide brings in for me. But until then, thank you for joining us, Bugcatchers. Thank you for joining me, Joshua. Good night and goodbye.
Smell you later.